In today's digital age, branding, business model, and networking are essential for aspiring developers and those who are currently learning to code. With so many talented developers out there, it's important to have a strong brand that sets you apart from the competition. A well-crafted brand can help you attract new clients, build relationships with potential employers, and ultimately, achieve your career goals. A strong brand is more than just a logo or a catchy slogan. It's a reflection of your values, your personality, and your unique approach to development. When you're building your brand, it's important to be clear about who you are and what you stand for. What are your strengths? What makes you different from other developers? Once you have a good understanding of your brand, you can start to communicate it to the world through your website, your social media presence, and your interactions with others. A strong brand is only one part of the equation, however. You also need to have a solid business model in place. A business model is a plan for how you're going to make money from your development skills. It should include an analysis of your target market, your competition, and your pricing strategy. You also need to have a clear understanding of your costs and how you're going to cover them. If you're serious about pursuing a career in development, it's important to invest in your branding and your business model. These two things will help you stand out from the crowd and achieve your career goals. To succeed in development, investing in your personal brand and business model is crucial. Create a memorable identity and showcase your skills through social media, blogs, and personal websites to establish credibility and gain recognition. Additionally, define your target audience, identify your competitive advantage, and determine your pricing strategy to develop a clear revenue-generating strategy. By prioritizing these factors, you can distinguish yourself from other developers, attract the right opportunities, and build a successful and sustainable career in the development industry. Let's see how you can do this step by step. Think about what makes you unique and different from other developers. Consider your personal development journey and what led you to become a developer. Reflect on your strengths and weaknesses, as well as your passions. With a clear understanding of your values and motivations, you can start building your personal brand. This includes creating a consistent message and image that reflects who you are as a developer. You can do this through your online presence, such as your website and social media profiles, as well as your interactions with others in the industry. For example, if you value open source development and collaboration, showcase your contributions to open source projects and connect with others who share this value. If you have a passion for a specific technology or programming language, highlight this in brand messaging and focus on developing expertise in that area. Overall, building a personal brand as a developer requires a deep understanding of your values and approach to development, as well as a strategic approach to communicating your message to the world. Once you have a clear understanding of your brand, it's time to start communicating it to the world. Your website is one of the most important tools you have for communicating your brand. Make sure it is well designed and easy to navigate. You should also use social media to connect with potential clients and employers, and to share your thoughts and ideas on development. And when you interact with others in person, make sure you do so in a way that is consistent with your brand. Be consistent. Your brand should be consistent across all channels, including your website, social media, and in-person interactions. Be authentic. Be yourself and let your personality shine through in your communication. Be clear. Communicate your message in a way that is easy to understand. Be concise. Get to the point and don't ramble. Be engaging. Use visuals, humor, and storytelling to make your communication more engaging. Be responsive. Respond to comments and questions promptly. The next thing to consider is your visual identity. Your visual identity is your brand's personality. It's how your customers and clients perceive you. It's important to make sure your visual identity is consistent across all channels, from your logo to your website to your marketing materials. Your visual identity should be designed to reflect your brand's values and personality. If your brand is fun and playful, your visual identity should be too. If your brand is serious and professional, your visual identity should be as well. When creating your visual identity, it's important to keep your target audience in mind. What will they find appealing? What will they connect with? Once you have a good understanding of your target audience, you can start to develop a visual identity that will resonate with them. Your visual identity is an important part of your brand. It's what will help you stand out from the competition and attract new customers. Make sure it's something you're proud of. Sharing your story as a developer is a great way to connect with your audience and build relationships. It's also a great way to show off your personality and make yourself more relatable. Be honest and authentic. People can spot a fake from a mile away, so be yourself and let your personality shine through. Be specific and share details. Tell them about the projects you've worked on, the challenges you've faced, and the things you're passionate about. Be positive and focus on the good things. People are drawn to positive people, so focus on the positive aspects of your journey and what you've learned along the way. Be brief and to the point. Be engaging and use storytelling techniques. People love stories, so use storytelling techniques to make your story more engaging. Be yourself and let your personality shine through. The most important thing is to be yourself and let your personality shine through. People can spot a fake from a mile away, so be yourself and let your audience get to know the real you. This will build a trust for your brand. A consistent brand is recognizable across channels. When your brand is consistent, it creates a sense of trust and familiarity with your customers. They know what to expect from you, and they can rely on you to deliver a high-quality experience. Develop a clear brand identity. This includes your brand's mission, vision, values, and target audience. Once you have a clear understanding of your brand, you can start to develop a consistent visual identity and tone of voice. Use the same branding elements across all channels. This includes your logo, color palette, typeface, and overall design aesthetic. By using the same branding elements across all channels, you create a sense of continuity and familiarity for your customers. Be consistent in your messaging. This means using the same tone of voice and messaging across all channels. When your messaging is consistent, it helps to build trust and credibility with your customers. By following these tips, you can create a consistent brand that is recognizable across all channels. Having seen how you can build a strong brand, now let's see how you can create a solid business model. First, you need to do your research. This includes understanding your target market, your competition, and your pricing strategy. Who are your competitors? What are they doing well? What are they doing poorly? By doing your research, you can develop a solid business model that has a good chance of success. Here are some additional tips for doing your research. Talk to potential customers. The best way to understand your target market is to talk to potential customers directly. Ask them about their needs, wants, and pain points. Research your competition. See what your competitors are doing well and poorly. What are their strengths and weaknesses? Look at industry trends. What are the latest trends in your industry? How can you position yourself to take advantage of these trends? By doing your research, you can develop a solid business model that has a good chance of success. Before you start any business, it's important to have a clear understanding of your costs. This includes your overhead costs, such as rent and utilities, as well as your variable costs, such as the cost of materials and labor. Once you know your costs, you can start to develop a pricing strategy that will allow you to cover your costs and make a profit. Once you've considered all of these factors, you can start to develop a pricing strategy. There are a number of different pricing strategies you can use, such as cost-plus pricing. This is the most common pricing strategy. You simply add a markup to your costs to determine your selling price. Market-based pricing. You set your prices based on what your competitors are charging. The best pricing strategy for your business will depend on a number of factors, such as your industry, your target market, and your costs. By taking the time to understand your costs and develop a pricing strategy, you can increase your chances of success in business. A business plan is a written document that describes in detail how your business will achieve its goals. It should include your business's mission, vision, goals, strategies, and how you plan to achieve them. A business plan is a roadmap for your business, and it can help you stay on track as you grow. It attracts investors and lenders. If you're looking for investors or lenders to fund your business, a well-written business plan is essential. Investors and lenders want to see that you have a clear plan for how you're going to use their money and how you plan to make them a profit. It helps you stay on track. As your business grows, it's easy to get sidetracked. A business plan can help you stay focused on your goals and strategies. By regularly reviewing your business plan, you can make sure that you're still on track and that your business is moving in the right direction. If you're thinking about starting a business, or if you're already in business and you don't have a business plan, I encourage you to create one. It's one of the best things you can do for your business. Getting feedback from others can help you identify any potential problems with your business model and make it more likely to succeed. Be specific about what you're looking for feedback on. Don't just ask people for general feedback, be specific about what you want them to look at. For example, you could ask them to focus on your target market, your pricing strategy, or your marketing plan. Be open to criticism. Not everyone is going to love your business model, and that's okay. Be open to hearing feedback, even if it's negative. This feedback can help you improve your business model and make it more likely to succeed. Thank people for their feedback. Even if you don't agree with everything people say, it's important to thank them for their time and feedback. This shows that you value their input and that you're serious about improving your business model. Getting feedback on your business model is an important step in the startup process. By taking the time to get feedback from others, you can improve your business model and make it more likely to succeed. The development industry is constantly changing, with new technologies and trends emerging all the time. As a developer, it's important to stay ahead of the curve and be prepared to pivot your business model as needed. Here are a few tips for staying ahead of the curve in the development industry. Stay up to date on the latest technologies and trends. Read industry blogs, attend conferences, and network with other developers to stay up to date on the latest trends. Be willing to experiment. Don't be afraid to try new things and see what works. The development industry is constantly evolving, so it's important to be willing to experiment and adapt to change. Be prepared to pivot. If your business model isn't working, don't be afraid to pivot and try something new. The development industry is constantly changing, so it's important to be flexible and adaptable. By following these tips, you can stay ahead of the curve and ensure the success of your development business. Networking is important for aspiring developers and those who are learning to code because it allows you to connect with other developers, learn from their experiences, and get advice on your own career. It can also help you find job opportunities and build relationships with potential employers. There are many ways to network as a developer. You can attend meetups and conferences, join online communities, and connect with other developers on social media. You can also reach out to developers and ask them for mentorship. Networking is an essential part of any career, but it is especially important for developers who are just starting out. By building relationships with other developers, you can learn from their experiences, get advice on your own career, and find job opportunities. Building a strong brand, a solid business model, and a strong network takes time and effort, but it's worth it in the long run. By investing in these three things, you can set yourself up for success in your career as a developer.